Coming up, Firefighter Joe goes back to his Boston roots.
The pyro pack, it sounds cool, but will it work?
Can he pull it off?
It's gonna be wicked hot.
And later, the build spirals out of control. Will this prototype be left beyond repair?
Could have just killed somebody right there.
Firefighters have enough to worry about without having to carry around hundreds of pounds of gear. So the prototype this team is taking some of the load off. They're developing a StairBot to do the carrying for the fire team on the way up and bring an injured civilian back down, while the team also attempts to streamline and update the cumbersome firefighter's backpack and make an advanced pyro pack. And they'll be showing off their prototypes to the firefighters who inspired them in 2 weeks.
Thanks, delivery guy.
So the next day, to start the build, Terry and Mike bring home an off-the-shelf solution.
These are for mountain bikes.
To try to get the StairBot rolling.
But they look like they might work for what we want to do.
Okay. We got these existing products. These are basically treads for mountain bikes. So you can replace your rear tire on a bike with these treads and be able to ride around on snow. Really neat idea. Want to try it out. And then we're going to have to try and put some kind of a skid system in here so that we can...
So this doesn't flex under the stair?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to modify it some.
Right.
But, I mean, the idea being is it's here.
Well, with Terry at work on the lower half of the StairBot, up in the lair, Joe wraps his head around the pyro pack. The most important part of the pyro pack's complex design is the advanced circuitry hidden inside. So, being a Boston baby himself, Joe Grand and his Beantown buddy Joe the firefighter give us a glimpse into their electrical engineering process.
The pyro pack, it sounds cool, but will it work? The pyro pack doesn't just sound cool, it is cool. This thing's like an electrical engineer's fantasy. Here's a quick rundown of all the components that are going into this complicated system. First up is the thermal imaging camera from L3 Communications. This thing's gonna mount somewhere on the firefighter's head, right on the side of your head, sort of like a cyborg, and provide them with the heat signature of everything in the room. So even if the room is smoky, they're gonna be able to pull out images of people. Digital pressure gauge. This is gonna measure the available oxygen in the firefighter's tank. And it will give me that information digitally. I'm an oxygen gauge. I'm a connector. An accelerometer. We're going to use this little baby to measure the motion of the firefighter. And if they're down or incapacitated, the system's going to send a mayday call. So in other words, if we got a man down, this little doodad here is going to help us trigger an alert. Heads-up display from Imagine. This little puppy is going to display all of the crucial information that the firefighter needs. All they have to do is slide this into their field of vision. We're going to show stuff like the thermal imaging display, the oxygen levels, and of course the firefighter identification system. This is the big kahuna of the PyroPack project. It's meant to aid a firefighter in identifying other firefighters within a smoke-filled room. This part of the project is so complicated, I don't even know how I'm going to design it. But I do know I'm going to use one of 3 technologies. Either wireless, optics, or RFID, radio frequency identification. So that's the PyroPack electronics in a nutshell.
While Joe burns his personality at both ends.
It's going to be wicked hot.
It's back downstairs to the StairBot, where Terry, Zaz, and Mike have built a remote control test base. And Terry tries to get it up to speed.
I'm going to turn it on.
After a shaky start, the wheels are spinning with confidence, so they take it down for a test drive.
It looks like we're making our own fighting robot. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's heavy.
Turning right. Wow, that thing's got some zip to it.
It does.
Well, I think the big test is just to see if it can go upstairs like this. Nice. Yeah.
Giving it a go on the stairs outside, it doesn't take long to see that this little robot's final design will be much more complicated than they thought.
Yeah, it's really slipping. Try running that backwards.
Terry spins the bot backwards for a better angle, but the rubberized tracks, while perfect for a bike gliding over snow, are far too soft to pull the bot up the stairs.
Well, I guess we take it back in and look at what our possibilities are. Suckers!
Terry tries riding the StairBot to simulate the weight it'll be carrying.
You've totally lost the track, Terry.
But it's more stress than the off-the-shelf solution can handle.
Oh, I tore the track.
That's a problem.
That is going to be a huge problem. I would consider this a catastrophic failure. Catastrophic. Being as one of our drive sides came off and broke. Do we abandon what we have so far and completely go up a different avenue? Or do we try this, which we're not sure if it's going to work, to be determined?
Coming up, Zaz turns superhero.
Fire vanquished.
And later, Terry burns the midnight oil.
This ain't going nowhere fast.
Will his part of the build fizzle out? The guys at Prototype This are attempting to bring firefighter tech into the 21st century with two exciting inventions. First, a robot that can easily haul hundreds of pounds of fire equipment into a burning building. And second, a customized ergonomic firefighter's backpack. And they'll be demonstrating their prototypes in the same place they were conceived in just 2 weeks. A few days ago, an off-the-shelf idea for the StairBot's drive system quickly went off track.
You've totally lost the track, Terry.
So today in the workshop, Terry's ready to rethink the way the bot gets up the stairs.
Talked to Mike and Zaz this morning about potential issues. The thing didn't work. We broke the tracks. Not sure.
After a quick redesign, a shipment of new steel tracks is the first step in making the machine sturdy enough for a firefighter's use.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be, and I mean this literally, a tank. Yes. There's some work that needs to be done, and laying out the actual wheel alignment and plates is going to be the next big thing.
Once Terry lays out all the gears and heavy-duty chain in proper alignment, a portrait of the StairBot starts to draw itself. And now it just needs a frame. So Terry gets right to work, milling aluminum sheets into plates that will hold the gear structure.